On October 13th, 2024, a quiet New Mexico neighborhood became the scene of one of the most horrifying family massacres in recent memory. Police were called to the home of 24-year-old Adlai Mestre after receiving reports of gunshots in the area. When they arrived on scene, this is what unfolded.
Hello, Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, sir?
My family rushed me
Rushed you where?
in my room
What do you mean?
with a knife.
Come out here real quick then.
Yes, sir.
What are you talking about, dude? Do you have any weapons on you right now?
Yeah, I do.
Hold on, no, don't reach.
No, I do.
Go on,
I
turn
do.
around.
Yes, sir.
You're just gonna tell me what's going on, okay?
So
Give me a sec.
my family was trying to walk into my room, and they were trying to hit my heart. And my dad had a knife, and my sister had a sledgehammer, and then
After officers put Adlai in handcuffs, they proceed to ask him what happened. He seems very on edge and eventually admits to killing his family. If it wasn't already clear something strange was happening here, it becomes fairly obvious with the next thing Adlai says.
But however, I found their bodies, and their wounds were healed.
Okay.
Do you want me to show you?
In a minute, okay?
We need additional units.
It's crazy. I don't know, like, I shot them in the head, and then they're convulsing, they're biting their arms.
What's your parents' names?
Nancy, David,
What's your name?
Adlai.
Adlai?
Adlai.
Are you okay, man?
Yeah, no, I'm honestly shook.
You shook up?
Yeah.
Bizarrely, after admitting he killed his family, Adlai claims to have found their bodies and somehow the wounds he inflicted upon them had healed. At this point, officers call for backup. As officers begin to walk Adlai back to their vehicles, he continues on. He claims that his family was convulsing and biting their arms. The officer then asks Adlai for his parents' names and then his own name. At this point, it's fairly obvious that the officers are in disbelief as he asks Adlai if he's alright. Adlai then claims to be shook up from the whole incident.
Yeah. I got a pistol in here. Oh, I was gonna put on my white.
281, 209.
I don't f***ing know what happened.
And
they're banging on my door.
You have blood on your hands, dude. What's up with that?
My dad rushed me, I hit him, and then my mom was like, "You need to die." And I was like, "What's
Turn around.
The officer then decides to pat down Adlai and finds a weapon in his pocket. After this, Adlai continues on with his nonsensical statements, and the officer realizes that he has blood on his hands.
No, I can show you where the bodies are.
No, just hold on. Just hold on. Okay?
Okay, so
Hey, hold on. We have to detain you in a car, okay?
They're over there, like, right. Okay.
Are they in the house?
No, it should look scary. They were biting their arms, and then there was like hot boiling shit on the ground. Is that normal?
I can't. Just kind of hang out for me for a minute, okay? We have to figure some stuff out.
Adlai then tells the officers that he's able to lead them to the bodies of his family members. At this point though, the officers are just clearly trying to get Adlai to their vehicles so they can decide their next course of action. All while doing this, Adlai continues on with his strange behavior, and this is where the body cam footage ends. This brings us to the interrogation room, which starts off just as bizarre as the body cam footage does. The detective can't even get off one question before Adlai starts speaking in a nonsensical manner again.
You know, I would like to ask you a few questions about what went down. So, first off, is English your first?
Around 9 p.m. we're like facing, there's like seismic waves. So I was just aiming at cell towers, top of Big Bend, top of Seattle, and then I was hearing a lot of seismic waves and a lot of women were hurting. So then I helped the woman pull coins out of her and then we healed her. And got a submarine, and next thing you know, the seismic waves would have stopped because they're only down for like 34 seconds.
The detective can't even get one question off before Adlai starts speaking in a nonsensical manner again. Adlai speaks of seismic waves, Big Bend, cell towers in Seattle, along with many other random things, none of it making sense. Throughout the entire investigation, the detective is just trying to make sense of what happened in the situation. Unsurprisingly, he continues on not making sense. Towards the end, Adlai does admit to killing his family.
And when you say you had to, what did you have to do?
Okay, you had to kill him.
Okay.
And they lost consciousness, and I don't know what they do.
After the officer leaves the room to presumably speak with other officials, Adlai escapes the interrogation room, but is caught quickly after. The bodies of the other Mestre family members would later be found in a ravine northeast of the family home. Adlai used a firearm registered to his mother to carry out the tragedy. Adlai was later charged with 3 counts of first-degree murder, tampering with evidence, extreme cruelty to animals, escape from custody of an officer, and criminal damage to property. Recently, in April 2025, Adlai was found incompetent to stand trial. A judge ordered that he be sent to the New Mexico Behavioral Health Institute in Las Vegas for treatment, and his competency will be reviewed at a later date. This footage shows Richard Ramirez in a police car, bruised and bandaged after facing street justice from a group of residents in East Los Angeles on August 30th, 1985. The locals recognized him from his wanted photo, chased him down and restrained him until police arrived and took him into custody.
What have you been arrested for?
In 1984, terror gripped California when a string of brutal, random attacks began. The man behind them, Richard Ramirez, later named the Night Stalker. Ramirez started his crime spree in June 1984, breaking into homes across Los Angeles and San Francisco. His attacks are vicious and unpredictable. He murdered, violated, and robbed victims, ranging from children to elderly people. He often entered homes at night through unlocked windows, using a variety of weapons, and left behind satanic symbols, leading to widespread panic. He was known for wearing all black and sometimes left pentagrams at the scenes. He also forced some victims to swear to Satan, adding to his horrifying image. His crime spree included 13 murders, 5 attempted murders, 11 sexual assaults, and 14 burglaries.
Both sides prepared for a long and exhaustive trial. Returning to his cell at the county jail, Ramirez reminded the court where his real allegiance lay.
Ramirez's trial began in 1989 and was one of the most publicized in U.S. history. In court, he showed no remorse and famously held up his hand with a pentagon drawn on it, saying, "Hail Satan." On November 7th, 1989, Richard Ramirez was convicted of 13 counts of murder and numerous other felonies. He was sentenced to death and placed on death row at San Quentin State Prison. Teens recording TikTok videos on Alki Beach in West Seattle in June 2020 stumbled upon a suitcase washed up along the shore. The suitcases were later discovered to have been thrown in there by a landlord, and their contents, along with the story behind them, shocked the entire country.
So we just found this suitcase, and we're gonna get it. Okay, so they're like opening it up with the sticks, because we don't wanna... Yes, there's a bag! There's a bag, like a black bag in there. Oh, it is a bag! Oh my god! And it's like, it washed up. Just called the police and we're waiting for them to come. So we called the police twice. It's been 2 hours and the water is like rising. The suitcase is like closing. Oh my god.
Jessica Lewis and her boyfriend Austin Winter had moved into a rented room in Buren, Washington in December 2019. The room was inside a house owned by Michael Lee Dudley, then 62 years old. According to court documents and witness statements, the couple had been struggling financially and had fallen behind on rent payments in months leading up to June 2020. On June 9th, 2020, an argument broke out between Dudley and the couple over unpaid rent and other disputes. Neighbors reported hearing yelling and at least one gunshot that night. Investigators later determined that Dudley shot both Jessica and Austin inside the house, in the room that they were renting. After the killing, Dudley dismembered both bodies. He placed the remains in plastic bags and then into suitcases along with other containers. Over the next several days, he disposed of these suitcases by dumping them into the Duwamish waterway in Puget Sound. On June 19th, 2020, a group of teenagers filming a TikTok video on Alki Beach discovered one of the suitcases. A strong odor prompted them to call the police. When officers arrived, they opened the suitcase and confirmed it contained human remains. Additional bags and remains were soon found recovered in nearby waterways. The investigation quickly focused in on Dudley. On August 19th, 2020, police executed a search warrant at his home. Inside, they found bullet holes, spent shell casings, and blood evidence in the rented room. They also found signs of a violent struggle. Dudley was arrested that same day and later charged with 2 counts of second-degree murder. During the court proceedings, prosecutors argued that the killings were motivated by disputes over unpaid rent and possible tensions involving other conflicts in the house. Dudley claimed he had been attacked, but evidence strongly indicated that he shot both victims during the confrontation. In December 2020, after a jury trial, Dudley was found guilty on both counts of second-degree murder. On April 7, 2023, he was sentenced to 46 years and 8 months in prison, a sentence at the high end of the standard range, with an additional 10 years for firearm enhancements.